During the summer of 2024, Canopy Atlanta tracked areas through Metro Atlanta that had the lowest and highest voter turnout areas. The lower voter turnout areas include communities within the Bankhead, known as the Upper West Side, Flipper Temple, College Park, Union City, and more. The higher voter turnout areas include communities within Howard Mill Road, Piedmont Road, Peachtree Dunwoody Road, Northside Parkway, and more. Here's where I come in. My name is Destinee Marbley, and I am a community journalist with Canopy Atlanta. I was interested in exploring the gap between the two areas. I like to refer to myself as the bridge, meaning I strive to connect the missing link between a problem and its solutions. If you're familiar with Atlanta's infrastructure and development, the environment of the two voter turnout areas are significantly different. This led me to wonder, does the environment influence residents' decisions to vote? I conducted these interviews prior to the November 5th, 2024 election. My first stop, the Bankhead Upper West Side community. I had the opportunity to interview Genesis Beckley. And in 3 words, how would you describe your community?
Well, for one, home. It seems historic. There's a lot of people who I can tell have been out here for a long time. Upcoming.
What are some significant changes you've noticed in your neighborhood?
There's been a lot of new build houses going up. They're literally building an entire high-rise building at the end of my street. The construction and stuff that's going around is commercial. It's not really residential. Like, even though they're building the houses, like they're building them 3 at a time. They're building them super huge. So obviously it's to bring in more revenue, bring in more money.
What do you think elected officials see or think when they come to your community?
Clearly they see like a project. I feel like they see a project when they come. I think it's just land and space opportunity for them.
What would encourage the community to want to vote?
I feel like if the community saw like what they voice and what their concerns are, like actively happening, and the specific things that they ask for, if they had felt like that support or felt like that city is on their side, they would vote more.
Next, I interviewed George Fields, who has been familiar with both the College Park and Union City areas since 1983. He highlighted the area's low voter turnout, attributed it to the lack of civic education and community engagement. Fields described Union City and College Park as both being on the come up, emphasizing the need for community ownership and leadership.
I retired from teaching in 2022 at Creekside High School. I'm a member of the VFW Post 6449, which encompasses an area consisting of Union City, Palmetto, Fairburn, and College Park. I would say within that entire footprint that I just mentioned, that's probably the same across the board as far as low participation in local and national elections. Voting, I think, is a knee-jerk reaction. People don't understand the dynamics of who they're voting for. People participate in their civic duty, that's a great thing, but what do you know and who do you know?
Do you feel like your vote makes a difference in the outcome during these elections?
Not at this particular time, because we have divided leadership. If you look at the House and the Senate right now, nothing gets done because it's divided. At your local level, and the national level feeds all the way down into local politics.
What would encourage the community to want to go out and vote?
They have to care. You can't sit at home and complain about what you don't have, and when somebody asks you to come out and participate in a town hall or participate in a round table or even participate in a Zoom session, you don't have time.
Next, I interviewed Piedmont resident Justin Zondo, who recently moved to the community this year. He believes that voting is crucial for representation and suggests that increasing community engagement through gatherings and non-political events could enhance voter turnout. Let's see what else he had to say. Do you feel seen by your elected officials?
I believe that the higher you go in the levels of election, it becomes harder for the officials to accurately represent the beliefs and the hopes and the dreams of all all of its constituents.
What do you feel elected officials see when they come to your community?
I believe my community is pretty safe.
A little up the road, I visited the Dunwoody community. I interviewed resident Michaela Bill. She advocates for community unity and shared goals to affect change.
I strongly believe in a community that sticks together, they'll thrive together.
Into my final stop, Howell Mill Road. Today I'm interviewing.
You're interviewing Sipe Kawali.
I actually work, the area is Howell Mill, so we actually call it podcast. And I've been there for 5 years.
In 3 words, how would you describe that community?
It's like a good area, meaning like most of the people who are there, like they're educated and they're very successful.
Do you feel like your vote makes a difference in the outcome of the elections?
Oh, definitely. Every vote counts. Every vote counts. If you don't vote, then you really don't have a voice, so you don't say anything, right? Like, we need to use our our right, our privilege to go out and vote, because there's so many people who have lost their lives, our ancestors, in this country, who have fought just for us to have the right to vote. You have people like John Lewis, MLK.
Community engagement from community members is a step in the right direction for encouraging others to vote.
We need to get on one accord and
Be an agent for change.
in positive ways that don't necessarily have anything to do with politics.
Testimonies from the Atlanta residents revealed that different areas of the city have diverse perspective on how voting impacts their community. Regardless of one's background or location, 2 things remain clear. Voting has and always will be a crucial element in community development, and it takes action from the community members to make change. My name is Destinee Marbley, and I approve this message.